Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be going through and ranking the best value cards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM here on this tier list. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. First card on the list is Tyson Chandler. Got a good amount of cards to rank and a lot of good ones on here for sure. Basically all like the best opals, pink diamonds, and a few amethysts as well on this list. I really like this Tyson Chandler card a lot. I think for his value, also I'm going to try to factor in their price on this list as well. Tyson, I feel like for his price, 5,000 MT, he's got to be A tier. Card is just really good. He does everything really well for a center, honestly. Like, I even think he shoots the ball pretty well. I think this card is honestly pretty darn underrated, and I definitely think he's an extremely high level card, and so in my opinion, 100% an elite level card, and I would definitely say for his value, he's an A tier guy. Jaren Jackson Jr. at this point, look, I like the card, but I do think at this point he's just a teensy bit outdated now. He's still cheap, which gives him value for sure, but I think defensively he's still very good. Jump shot's not bad. He can dunk the ball a bit. He's not a bad card by any means. I'll go B tier. I think he's solid. I don't think he's insane. I'm trying to factor in values as well for these cards. Who's going to be D tier on this list? You know what? I might not be able to factor in quite as much as I'd like. So that being said, Caruso, despite his price, is S tier. He's the best value point guard in the game because he is a competitive level card, top 10 point guard in the game, who you can get, or top 10-ish point guard in the game anyway, who you can get for less than 100,000 MT, can compete at the highest level. He's elite defensively, great slasher, all that type of stuff, has a ton of value on the court. JT Thor, super cheap, super solid, but not insane. I do think on a list that is this good, he has got to go at least C tier. I won't go D, but I think C is the best we can do for JT Thor. I like the card, I do. I just think realistically, I don't know. C tier feels like it's right. Jonathan Bender, I think he's got to go S tier. He's really good. I just think when cards are better, even if they're more expensive, they are elite level, like competitive caliber cards, which Jonathan Bender is with his size, especially if he's got the proper defensive badges and things like that added. He's got to go S tier as well. He's really good. And yeah, I think he is also S tier for sure. Brian Scalabrine, not the biggest fan of this card. I know he's cheap, but I don't think he's quite as good. I think C tier for him realistically seems pretty fair. I haven't really used the card a lot, but I don't think he is quite as good as a lot of the other options on this list. Not terrible, but C tier is probably right for him. Wimby, this is based on value. No, he's comp. He's as comp as it gets. And I'm sorry, I can't not. I know he's the most expensive card in this list. I still feel like I can't not put him in S tier because of his ability to truly play at the highest level still. There aren't very many cards that can do what he can do. Plain and simple. It's just the honest truth. There aren't very many cards that can do what he can do here in my team. So in my opinion, I think Wemby's still got to be S tier. He's just that good. I feel like there's not much argument to be had about that in my personal opinion. Really good card. Okay, next up we have Tyler Hansbrough, also S tier, again, comp card, elite release, good movement, does a ton of things really well. He's extremely good and he has to be S tier. Bruce Bowen, very affordable, great defender, but the jumper isn't ideal. He doesn't have a lot of movement. In my opinion, I think he's going to go C tier. Not horrible, but not my favorite either at this point. KP, look, I think if he's fully badged, he's higher, but as is, I mean, low A, high B feels like the right spot for him on the value tier list. Like, he's not extremely cheap, but he is decently affordable. I do think he's pretty good. I'm not going to take that away from him by any means. I don't know. He's not my favorite card, but he's also not bad at all. You know what I mean? Like, he can definitely do a lot of things really solidly. So I think this is probably A tier is probably right for him, to be honest. AK, not as affordable or as I mean, he's great defender and his jumper's good and his movements, like, he's got a decent escape, but that's it. I think I'm gonna go B based on the value. I don't adore the card. I think he's solid. I think he's a very good small forward, but I just think there's a lot of really good value small forwards that are better than he is. Like, Michael Beasley is an obvious S tier as well. We already have 3 small forwards in the S tier, and I know we're gonna have at least 1 more. So just got to be picky with where I put some of these other cards. Like, Beasley's my favorite small forward, honestly, in the game, pretty much in terms of just pure fun factor. His shot creation is amazing. I actually think he's decent defensively, especially if he's got the proper badges and things added on him. I think he's a really good card. I think he's his flaws are small. Let's just put it that way. Defensively, maybe that's the biggest flaw. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I think S tier for sure. Matt Barnes, elite level 3 and D shooting guard, and he's very affordable. He's under 10K. I don't think he's quite as good as any of the other cards in S tier, but I think he's just based on pure value, getting a guy who can actually compete at a very high level for less than 10K MT at the shooting guard position. He's my favorite shooting guard, not on this list, but for his price point and below in the game. So I'll put him in the S tier as well. Zach Edey, 60 speed, not the most expensive, yes, but I think I got to go lower on this list at this point with him. The speed is an issue. The size is great. He can hit an open three. He can be pretty glitchy, but he can also have some struggles with the lack of speed. I think C is where we're going to put him. Bradley Beal, too expensive in my opinion for how good he is. He's not a horrific card, but again, I'm not paying Opal prices for Bradley Beal. I'm just not. And so for value wise, I think he's D tier. I'm going to put Stephon Castle in A tier. Great defender, very solid all-around point guard option. He's probably after Caruso, he might be the best point guard in the list. I don't think he quite cracks the S tier though. I don't like him quite as much as any of those cards in the S tier, but I still think his defense is great. Size is nice, has a decent release, decent slasher, like good card, definitely. Vlade Divac, really, really good card, kind of expensive, but similar to a guy like Caruso. I think he goes S tier because similar to a guy like Caruso, for his price, he's the best big you're getting. And the big man position is really important. He's big, he's tall, he's got good speed, he's a great shooter, he can pass the ball pretty well. I just think he's a really solid card, and I think he's maybe a little bit overlooked at times for how good he is. So in my opinion, also S tier with Vlade Divac. Dr. J. Damn, how many more S tiers do we have on this list? I mean, I don't think we got very many more, to be honest. So Dr. J is going to get an S tier spot as well. I know the S tier is looking for disproportionate. I hope it'll be a little bit smaller by the end of this list, but these are all really good cards. And like Dr. J, you can get him for less than 100k MT now. He's just an absolute monster. Still one of the best shooting guards in the game, especially if you get him souped, but even not souped, he's still great. Like, I just think, yeah, S tier. GG Jackson. Really, really good for an Amethyst, and he's 2000 NT. I just think realistically the defense isn't quite on that highest level, and he's not like an elite level shot creator. He's an incredible salary cap card. Don't really think he's much of a showdown card though, realistically. I mean, he's not bad, but B tier is probably the best I can do for him. Tamani Kamara, gonna go C tier, awesome defense, but similar to a guy like Bruce Bowen, who by the way has better badges. He's cheaper than Bowen, but he doesn't have much shot creation at a high level. Great salary cap card, not really a great showdown card at this point. And the same can be said for DeLon Wright in all honesty. I mean, actually, I think DeLon Wright, I would never use DeLon Wright at a high, like, I think C though, because he is so cheap and he is pretty good. Like JT Thor, Tamani Kamara, DeLon Wright, really good cards you could use in a pinch, I guess, but they're far more salary cap cards than they are actual online showdown cards. Carlos Boozer is our final S tier card probably on this list. I'm not guaranteeing that, but no, he's not. He's our second to last maybe. Well, I have too many guys in S tier, don't I? Matt Barnes, I'm sorry, you got to move down. You're the worst card in S tier. I still think he's very good though. I don't know. This is gonna be such a top heavy list. Boozer has to be though. If Hansbrough's at S tier, so is Boozer. You know what? Hansbrough and Boozer, as good as they are both more expensive than Bender and Beasley. Well, Beasley might be about, I don't know exactly how much Beasley is compared to Hansbrough and Boozer, but I like Beasley more than them. I think I'm moving them to A. For their price, there's a lot of good small forwards. I honestly think based on value, as great of cards as they are, I think they're A tier. I think this is fair, and I think this evens out the list a little bit as well. Gerald Wallace, I really like. I think he's on that same AK level. Honestly, maybe even a little bit better than AK, to be honest. Really good card. Could be argued A. Slashing's great. Jumper's nice. He's a little short, but he's good. I like him a lot. DeAndre Jordan, I don't like. Jumper's not there. His 3-point rating isn't there. Not a fan. Akeem's also going to go B tier with Jaren. Pretty similar card. He's more expensive than Jaren, but I also think he's a little better than Jaren. Good card. Not incredible at this point, but still very solid. Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't know how much Opal Jaren is exactly off the top of my head, but I think A tier because he is a comp level power forward option. Now, positionally, it's not quite as important of a position. I think A tier is the right spot for Triple J. Feels right to me anyway. Kyle Korver, elite level shooter, great defender, but you got a couple of guys I like better in Dr. J. Honestly, Barnes I don't like better, but he's way cheaper. As good as Korver is, the shooting guard position is loaded. There's also multiple good free shooting guards, guys like B-Roy and Jason Richardson. And a ton of other like budget shooting guards, including a couple we still have on this list. So I think Korver goes B. I like the card a lot. Just don't know if I'd pay the price based on all the options there are. Usman Jang, another great Amethyst. I think he's better than JT Thor. I'm going to move JT Thor down just a little bit. He needs too many badges and he's an Amethyst. But I think Usman Jang with the Curry escape, nice release, 6'9". He's one of the best Amethysts in the game. I'll put him C tier. That feels fair. I'm not quite going on GG Jackson level though. Alex Sarr, same level as Akeem and Jaren. Very good budget, power forward, center option. Not an insane card, but also not insanely affordable or just not insanely expensive. Really solid option. We'll go with him in B tier. Rudy Gay, gonna go A tier for Rudy. I don't think, again, with Bender and Beasley in S tier, that I would pay for Rudy in A tier. Just personally, my opinion. A great card, just like Tyler Hansbrough and Carlos Boozer are great cards. A tier is full of great cards, but again, value-wise, I think A tier is the way to go. Danny Green gives you the 3-and-D ability, but in all honesty, I mean, at this point, he's very affordable, which is super nice. I think he's better than Kamara and Bowen, and he's honestly not that much more expensive. He's not quite my Barnes level, but I think B tier is fair. I don't mind that at all. Ricky Davis. If Korver is B, I think Ricky's better than Korver overall. He's more athletic of a slasher. I don't think he's that much worse defensively at all. I think A tier for Ricky Davis. Really good card. Kind of similarly to Hansbrough, Rudy, Boozer. Really good card. There's other options as well, though, that I think are a little better value. So I think we're going to go A tier for Ricky Davis. Kalel, where's the final S tier guy on this list? Has to be. I just think when you get a big, this athletic, this versatile with a smooth jump shot who does everything pretty well, and he's affordable, I just think he's awesome. I think S tier for sure. Really like Kalel Ware. Shane Battier, another amazing 3-and-D card. Honestly, could be our... I seriously want to put him S tier. I love him. I'm doing it. That might be the most surprising placement of the entire list, but I'm putting Shane Battier in S tier. I think he's better than Matt Barnes. I think he's better than Ricky Davis. I think he's better than Korver. I think he's like noticeably better than those guys too. I know his movement isn't the best. His defense is insane. His slow fade is awesome. His jumper is amazing. He's big. He's versatile. He's a comp card. I truly believe that. I think S tier for Battier. And Taco Fall, meme card, yes, but he's in D tier, 100%. I mean, he's like 30 speed, 33 ball. You're not going to use that, especially even at 7'5". Like, it's just this point in the year, it's just a no. So with that being said, this is the list. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.